Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about icons because if you're building websites and you're designing websites, there's a big chance that you're actually using some icons in your designs, at least for some of them. And I've noticed that, it can get pretty messy quite quickly if you're using a lot of icons, and it's not always so obvious for your clients to how to find them and how to use them if they need to change things or create new pages. So in this video, I just want to show you like what I think is the best way to do that, to import your icons and how to organize them into a nice icon library for your clients. Let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, a little refresher on why SVG is the best format to use for icons. So SVG are vector files, so that means that they can be scaled as much as you want and it will stay sharp compared to PNG, which is made of pixels. So it won't be as sharp. And if you look at the file size, I mean, there's literally no difference. So SVG is definitely the better option here. And the other thing is that with SVG, you will be allowed to alter some things, which I'll show in a second. So the first and most basic way to import your SVG icon to Webflow is to simply drag or to import it from the assets panel. It's pretty much the same thing. It will end up in the asset panel anyway. So if we add it here, you can see it brought the image. Everything is sharp, everything is good, but there's nothing much you can do with this. So if you're just gonna use it like this is just fine. But if you're planning on having this be a little bit more flexible, meaning that maybe you want to use it on a dark mode and you want to change its color, or maybe you want to have some kind of hover effect, this won't work with that, because as you can see here, if I add a color, let's add some gray as the color here, it applies it, but nothing happens here. If you want it to be a little bit more flexible, the second option would be to add an embed. So we can add an embed, a code embed here on Webflow, and we'll go back to our icon on Figma, and I'll just copy as SVG. So this will copy the code, and now I can add it here. Now here, the trick is to replace whatever you want to be able to change by current color. So let's say I want to keep the red, but I'm gonna change this black to current color. Have to do it for all of them, of course. And now, so as you can see, this one, if I change now and I do the gray again, now you can see that the black has turned gray. So, well, in this case, doesn't really make sense. But for example, if we are going to be using, let's say, a dark theme, then suddenly all of those current color that I had as black, now they're white. So it will work for both. And that's a very valid way to import your icons. I've done this for a long time until I discovered a better way to do it, which is with a Webflow app called SVG Import. So if we launch the app here, it's a very simple app. There's a few options here. I'm gonna take away this, which replace the colors as current color, because I wanna be able to control which part of my SVG will be current color. So I'm just gonna go to a new slot here, and I'm gonna paste again that same code. And as you can see, this does all the work for me, and it actually imports the SVG with all its path. So I can really go in there and edit it as I wish. As you can see here, we have the path with the black. So I would do exactly the same thing here and replace it with current color. Same for this one. And then boom, I have the same icon, but as actual SVG inside of Webflow. And now we can take it a step further. This is really where the magic happens, is how to organize this. The way that I found, which works the best for me and my clients, is to have it as an actual component. And the reason why is because I like to use a lot of components for my clients, and I use the slots, which allows you to add components inside of components. So I will give you a quick demo here, but first let's re-import this one. And thanks to the app, you can create the component on the import, which is pretty neat. So I will take this off, for example, and I can click here, create component. And here you could add whatever name or custom name here. So if you do that, then it will create instantly the component for you. And now I will show you how to use it inside the page. So we're in this work in progress page, and here I can add a couple of cards to the slots, like so. And here basically for the icons, I have another slot. So what I can do is just click on that slot, search for the icon that I want. Let's say it's the yoga mat, and boom, it's done. This one I will add safety hat, done. So as you can see, it's very easy to just like insert whatever you want inside of those slots. So I think for the icons, it makes it really easy for the client to just, you know, replace them. And if they wonder, you know, what icons we have, because of course, if you're searching here, you know, there might be a lot of icons here. So that's why I like to have it inside of the style guide. Here's my style guide page. This is based on must. And if I go to the icons, I basically laid out all the icons that's being used in the project so far. And of course I would, you know, show the client how to add new ones like I showed you guys with the SVG import app. But basically they can see all of the icons that they want here, and they can just simply copy paste them into the slots that they want to have it on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is how I organize my icons, and yeah, that's how I make it easy for my clients to see all of the icons and use them inside of components. So there you have it. This is how I import any icons to my projects and organize them into a little library so that it's easy for me and my client to add them anywhere in the project. All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more little tips about design and Webflow. Bye.